Okay, we're back. What I did is I went ahead and brought the worms on out into my driveway because it's a nice cool day outside, and I wanted to give them some light to where they would go down into their new little homes. Okay, I take just a couple extra minutes just to get things set up here to show you exactly what I'm going to be doing. The worms are in their new little habitat, their little homes. They've all went back down into the ground here. So you can probably see that right there. No more worms on top, and they all came alive. They came from Uncle Jim's in their nice little bag that's breathable for the worms for the shipping time. The moisture content of their soil is very dry, as I said, when it comes, because it could be really cold weather outside, it could be really hot and humid, so they don't want to cook the worms, so everything is kept pretty dry when you receive your worms. So what I'm going to do at this point is we're going to go ahead and get this thing ready to feed the worms and to put different kinds of things around the outside on how I decided from watching all the videos of how I want to take care of my worm beds. I do have a spray bottle, and make sure that every time you're using water, adding any moisture content to your worms, that it is chlorine free. So just take your water, let it set out for 24-48 hours, like in a 5-gallon bucket or something. Put it into a spray bottle and work it from that point, because chlorine and stuff is not going to be good for your worms. Okay, the city water comes with chlorine and fluorine and Lord knows whatever else. So let it set out before you use it. They say the best thing to use is rainwater. However, when I got all excited about doing this, I did not have time to catch any rainwater. Maybe in the future I'll be able to put a drum out there and catch some of that. But right now I am using the city water, but I have let it set since I ordered the worms on Wednesday, so the chlorine had a chance to dissipate and get out of there for me. What I'm going to do first is I'm going to put shredded paper around the outside of the whole worm bed, and I'll see how they like that in particular thing. Everything is going to be trial and error, so we're going to learn this together and make sure that we're doing it all right. But like I said, I'm not going to be using any vegetable type stuff, no greenery from the table scraps, lettuce, and some people put apple cores and bananas and all kinds of stuff down in there. I don't want to draw fruit flies. I don't want to get ants coming to the worm farm or anything like that. All I want to do is just keep good organic soil going and feed the worms well to where I will have good worm poop after it's all said and done, so we can make the worm tea and all that kind of stuff. So what I'm going to do is I've got lots and lots of shredded paper. I'm going to take some of this shredded paper and put it into just a little container here first, just because it is dry, okay? And I want to add some moisture to that. So I'm just going to go ahead and spray this with some water here. Turn that a little bit. Just because I don't want this to dry out the soil that I've already started. And I want to try to keep that at 70% in there. Okay, so that's pretty good. That feels, you don't want it soppy wet, you just want it moist. So That feels pretty good right about there. Just a little bit more. Okay, so that feels pretty good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just split this in half. And I'm going to just put some down one side of it, okay? Just to see what happens with those worms on this one in particular side and see how they enjoy that or work with that. It feels a little bit dry right in here, so I'm just going to put this a little bit more. Okay, so sorry about here. Stuff a little bit dry. Okay, that feels pretty good now. And like I said, rather than feeding with manures or anything like that, I've decided not to do that. What I'm going to do is right down the middle, I'm going to put some Quaker oats and I'm going to put some cornmeal. So right down the middle, and I'm going to see where these guys really go to feed and all that kind of stuff. We'll just watch this over the next few days. So, grab my little scoop here. I'm going to use just a little tiny scoop here. I'm going to get some oats. I'm going to go make a little trail right down the middle of this. I'm not going to put a whole lot in there because I want to see how much they eat over the first day, and then I will add to this on a daily process. And then I'm going to add about the same amount. You know, just a little bit of cornmeal right next to that line. And if this food is still there tomorrow, I won't feed them. I'll wait till it completely is gone before I put any more food up in here. Okay. So altogether I've used 2 of these, what are they, quarter cup measures. So I've put in almost a half cup of food. That may be too much, we'll find out. After that, I've got that taken care of. I do want to put a little bit of leaves on the sides, on the other side where I've got the paper, so I can find out which area these worms are really deciding to eat at. So let me grab those leaves. And these are just some leaves that I picked up out of the yard the other day when I knew this was all going to start taking place. I'm just going to also put an equal amount down the side of what I have paper approximately. Right now these are not moist, so I will add just a little bit of dampness to those also. Okay, so I think you can kind of see what I've got going here. Let me tip this tub up. I've got paper here, I've got oats here, cornmeal, and a little bit of dried leaves, mulch, where they can start doing their own thing and seeing what they really like to eat, what they want to compost down in the earth. And whatever they start eating a lot of is what I'm going to use for my main food sources. So if they like all of it, and I see the worms happy all the way across the whole thing, we might just continue doing all of them. Now the next thing I want to do is I want to make sure that there is moisture all the time at the top of the bin. So I'm going to be taking some newspaper. Let's see here. Let's get the open pieces here. I'm not going to put a whole lot of newspaper on top because mainly this is just to keep it all, the food moist, because they do like a little bit of moisture in their food. So let's just put in 2 pieces of paper for right now. And they will eat the newspaper. Put that in there like that. I'm using 2 pages each. Okay. Okay, got my little water bottle here. On the mulch side, I am going to add a little bit of moisture up here. And on top of this newspaper, I'm also going to get a little bit breezy out here right now. I'm going to add water, just enough to get it damp up here on the top. Moisture gets down here on this bottom paper too. You don't want this sopping wet or anything. I'm using a very fine mist. You can see it's just very, very fine. Just to dampen this paper up here on top, because we've already dampened the paper below too. This will also give us a way that we can lift the paper up and see exactly what the worms are eating below when they start feeding. Since they are night crawlers, they like to feed at nighttime. If you keep it nice and dark in there, nighttime is all the time for them. Okay? So let me get the lids here. Basically, we've got everything set up. So I've got some dried leaves on one side, paper shreddings on the other, oatmeal and cornmeal. And their bedding material set at about 70% water is peat moss. So that's what they're going to be living in down in there. And we'll close these little guys up. We'll get them set up on their the 2 horses that I put the pegboard on. And then we will check on them a little later, probably tomorrow morning, and see how these guys are doing and what they're eating. We might even check on them later on this evening and see if the worms have come back up to the surface and started eating. We can just peel back that paper and hopefully we'll have lots of worms sitting in there eating, okay? If you have any questions, please write the questions on the link below, and I'll try to answer those as we go. This is the end of this first part on setting up your worm bed. After, the next thing we're going to be doing is figuring out how to build the screens to be able to sift away the worms from the castings and the castings from the eggs. So we're going to try to get all that done, and hopefully that'll all work for us. Like I said, I've done a lot of hours of study online, and rather than having to go out and search all this information out again, I'm trying to do it the best way possible to where you won't have all the bugs, the parasites that you don't want, the fruit flies, soldier flies, and all those other type of creatures that you may not want around your house. So this is the best way that I've found so far. I will be giving some more posts soon. Hope you enjoy what I've taught you so far, and just let me know if there's any questions that you have, okay? Thank you.